Just
Yeah.
bang, 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 and fuck you, Caleb. Don't you fucking disrespect my Ducks on my goddamn podcast. What's up? Welcome back to the Feed the Need Fantasy Football Podcast, episode 19 of the number 1 16-team fantasy football league in the world, with a combined record of 7-7. I'm your host, Derek Moody. As always, the season 2 Feed the Need champion, Trevor Brown. How's it go?
What's going on, Moody? We are 7-7. We're staying alive. We're above water. We're not sinking just yet. I am on a 3-game skid. Fucking shoot me in the face. Don't really know what to do about it. Traded away Jonathan Taylor and Marvin Harrison. Get those fucking bums off my team. Caleb can lose with those guys. But yeah, we got to do something different. We got to talk about last week. We got to talk about this week. Yeah, we got to do something different, Moody. We can't.
Yeah, we talked about it right before we came on here. I was like, you're 4-3. I'm 3-4. Right, you have the better record, but my morale of my team is last week was a good win. Crazy Monday night win. Kyler, Rashad, Bucky, just fucking right in Caleb's ass. Felt good. Sorry, Caleb, but not even sorry at all. You, like you said, 3-game losing skid. That is tough. But hey, you need a marathon, not a sprint. You have a long time. You just stopped. You're like the tortoise in the hare. You're the fucking hare, just ran off real fast. You just got to get back up on the trail and get going.
Yeah, I'm just snapping. because I was in such a big lead, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Everyone
trying to make it.
Just like last year. Deja vu. You know what I did last year, Moody?
Same thing.
Started off 4-0. You know what I did last year? Had a 5-game losing streak before I got to 5-5, and then missed out on the playoffs at 6-7. So let's go.
Gotta figure something out. Just recap about last week. We got a little busy, and honestly, this podcast is fun and all. Like, it's a lot of fun. Come on here, bullshit, Trevor, talk shit about all of your guys' teams, but also, honestly, man, it's a lot of work. You got to do your homework. Got to go check out everybody's matchups. You got to do a lot of shit. And you got to dedicate time to come up here, record, then edit it. Also, took a week off. I was at deer camp all week.
I agree. Hey, NFL gets bye weeks. We get a bye week.
Yeah, it's our bye week. Not sorry about it, but also we're back next week. I will be at elk camp. So unless I'm pulling a big monster bull out, we will be recording at elk camp. I'll take my light, I'll take my iPad, and we'll just fucking see what happens. And with that, I do believe we are going to get the midway, slightly past midway, Trevor Brown 1-16 official power rankings.
They are coming. Yes. It is like Game of Thrones. The winter is coming. They are coming.
Yes, this is the week before, like college football. If you guys don't follow along, my Oregon number 1 Ducks it's like the time before they start throwing out like the playoff picture. This is that week. So next week you start seeing that for the power rankings. So.
Right.
But yeah. Exactly. So with that being said, we're going to go into week 7, recap week 7. We're not going to really go touch on week 6. That's fucking 2 weeks ago. Who cares? Fuck you, Quinn, for winning the high point, and my butt is still hurting from last week. So good win to you. Your team is playing well. And sorry, we maybe down the road we might holler at you whenever we have somebody get a point high or something, and we can get you on here or something.
Yeah, I definitely want to say sorry to Quinn. You won week high, and it looks kind of petty, but at the same time, last week was our bye week, so it is what it is. Sorry about the bad luck, not being able to get on the pod. Shoot Moody a text, shoot me a text. We'll work something out.
Yeah, we'll figure out whatever we'll make it up to you. Even if we have 4-man next week and the week after. You don't want next week, though, because I will be in the sauce. Anyways, recapping week 7, where do you want to start? You want to just get yours out of the way? Or?
Well, I would. Yeah, I mean, we can. I was going to say like what matchup kind of came out to you as a biggest ass kicking of the week? Like, just to start off, and it was definitely mine. Mike goes for 138. I mean, Bateman on Monday night was insane. Brown or AJ Brown going for 20, Breece Hall going for 26 when he hadn't gone for probably 10 in 3 or 4 weeks. Jalen Hurts went for 26. Zach Ertz went for 12. Madison went for 13, 14. I mean, I had no chance.
This is even crazy. Mike's Tank Dell with no Nico went for 0. That's even the crazy thing. And Mike still put up 138 points.
Yeah, he had a player put up 0. That probably averages around like 5 to 10. So yeah, he could have been in the 150s pretty goddamn easy. And now with Jaden Daniels being out for me, Marvin Harrison and Taylor off my roster, I'm feeling better about it. I put up 70 and 60 in the back-to-back weeks, and I'm not liking how my team's trajectory was going. So I had to change something up. I did only put up 60, but still think I have a decent core on my team. I still think we can get there. But congrats, Mike, because he should have been week up.
Yeah, crazy. Hats off to Mike for that. The next one I wanted to highlight was the guy that did get high point, Garrett. The final remaining undefeated team is no longer there. Garrett is number 1 versus number 2 matchup, which is, you don't get that often, obviously. But it's a cool matchup. And Garrett ended up with point high. Merle put up a hell of a respectable 114 and got the L, which sucks. But Garrett's guy, Derrick Henry, if you put Derrick Henry on anybody else's team, you don't get nothing. You get Derrick Henry on Garrett's team, he has an MVP caliber guy. And then DK got hurt halfway through the game, got 18. Amari Cooper now in Buffalo got 14.5. David Njoku, which was one of my guys at the earlier of the season, is looking like that guy. It was our guy.
I watched a lot of that game, and he was getting peppered. I don't know how
14 targets, dude. And now he gets fucking Jameis.
Right. Correct.
George Pickens with Russ, 22.6. Awesome. Garrett's team looks scary.
Scary. I thought I had a competitive team, and now I'm looking at most of these teams. And I'm like, fuck, dude, why is my team on like it's such a sub tier compared to everyone else? We got good teams and feed the need, boys.
Yeah, it's Garrett's teams. Whoever plays them this week is not fucked, but gonna take a good week from him. Just a little foreshadow.
Yeah.
And the bucket in the back matchup, I think the co-host is here today. He gave some excuse of my kids or whatever because he didn't want to come in and talk about shitting in the bucket in the back of the UPS truck. Wow. Tyler Daly, what a fucking downfall he's having right now.
And what a shitty I mean, he had a chance to really kind of separate himself a little bit, and 76 points from Trev, it's not good enough to win a game. So Daly putting up 51 is just and he was leader in points in the league.
Dude, leader in points in the league went 81 last week, 51 this week, back-to-back losses. Yeah. Yes, he has Nico hurt. Neighbors missed one of those games.
That's what happens in that receiver, though. Like, and when you play that receiver game, like, and that's what we say every year. It's like I'm like having deja vu right now because every year at the draft, someone drafts 3 receivers and it goes okay for 2 or 3 weeks, and it's but just for Tyler happened to go for about 5 weeks instead of like the original normal 2 or 3, and so everyone thought, oh, maybe this is the year that happens. And if I'm telling you, if his receivers don't hit, if 3 out of 4 of his receivers don't fucking boom. Mediocre, or maybe not mediocre team, but
it's just not going to run away at the league like we were talking about 3 weeks ago. Right. Like his team, when it's all healthy and flowing, it's tough you got to outscore that guy by a lot. But when it gets a little kink in the claw or clog in the whatever that saying is, when a guy sits out, it's going to slow him down a little bit. So, I do expect him to get back up on the high horse and get going. His team's good enough. He has enough of the good guys to get going with that. Any other matchups you want to highlight?
First win, by the way. Congrats, Trev, first win.
Yeah, Blackburn, good win. And last thing is he's like, I need your guy Kyler to throw a touchdown to Michael Wilson. I'm like, dude, you gotta get the win. Fuck off. He's like, dude, I need the points. I'm like, fuck, you're right. With your record, you need everything you can get. One matchup I do want to highlight just because it's kind of a playoff in out situation.
Paddock and Spank.
Bingo. They're both 2-4, 2-4. Paddock got another win.
Yep.
Spencer's on a 3-game losing skid.
Right.
And now Spencer's 2-5. Paddock's 3-4.
Right.
Big jump there. That's a big win for Paddock. It's kind of like mine and Caleb's matchup. We were both 2-4 coming into it. I got the win. Now I'm 3-4. Caleb's 2-5. That 2-5 against 3-4 is just huge difference. So good win to Paddock, and Spencer 91-64. That's kind of the league average. It's one of those. That's the area that you hope to win, but it's not going to be like I deserve to win.
Right.
So, but Spencer's having Devontae Smith is his best receiver. Go for 0.3 is tough, and just he has nothing else there. Pittman is just league average. Just don't get me excited. He starts fucking Denver's Valet guy. He's butt. He needs Pacheco to come back and him to come back very, very fast.
Right. I guess, I really only kind of want to talk about one other game that kind of intrigued me, and it was Mish and Quinn. Essentially just because Quinn goes from putting up week high to putting up another respectable 115 and puts us at 7 people tied at 4-3.
Yeah.
So we got what? So 6-1, and then
we have 2 6-1s,
7 4-3s. I mean, It is anybody's ball game. That's 9, and then we got 3 3-4s. These 4-3s are legit 1 game away from being out of the playoffs.
Yeah, comes down to points at that point.
Yeah, think just crazy. That. You're 4-3. You're 1 game away from being out of the playoffs.
What sounds even more crazy is Blackburn's 3 games out.
Correct.
I know it's a long shot, but
with what? 6 to go? 7 to go?
6.
So it's just like he could theoretically lose a game, 2 games, possibly. You know what I mean. So it's just like it's crazy.
Yeah. It's cool how it's all tightening up. I gotta highlight mine. Yeah, I gotta highlight my matchup. I'm not even sorry. I got past Thursday night this week. Quinn and Uncle Rich absolutely shit on my chest Thursday night 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
This week, Caleb didn't have anybody Thursday night, and I was like, thank fucking God. Sunday morning, Caleb has Hunter Henry go for 13 and Christian Kirk go for 3. So I was like, whatever, I'll take it. Hunter Henry for fucking 13, just disgusting, but
yeah,
sure. Kirk got 13, Henry got the 3. I'll take that.
Right.
And then Sunday, I had 6 of my 9 players play a 10 o'clock game, and I had 35 points. And I was just like, I fucking hate fantasy football. I fucking hate this. The one guy that you and me cannot lose to is Caleb. We are on this podcast talking so much shit about him, about his team, not him. And we dog on his team, and you lost to it. So now it's up to me to get the win. And if I lost, holy moly, this podcast would have been canceled. We would have been kicked off the internet. It would have been bad news bears.
Bad.
Halftime, going into Sunday or Monday night, I was down 43.1 points with
43.1 is what you were down.
Yep, with Kyler Rashad and Bucky Irvin.
Right.
Halftime, it was 23.4 or something.
Not locked.
I got a chance. And then I need a touchdown or 2. I need 2 touchdowns. I get Rashad or Bucky 1, Kyler throw 1, rush 1, then I have a good chance. And then bang, Rashad White, or that receiving touchdown. Okay, cool. And then a 44-yarder for no. The next one was a Bucky Irvin goal line touchdown, and then Kyler Murray 44-yard touchdown, and then Rashad White another one. Just bang, 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 and fuck you, Caleb. That's a 96 to 74. That's a respectable win. That's a fucking ass kicking. Excuse me. You ready to move on to week 8?
Yeah, no, absolutely. No, I'm ready to move on to week 8. Just wanted to highlight just the top guys in our waivers that are probably going to get picked up this week. I would imagine that Jauan Jennings is going to get picked up.
The question is who
picks him up and for how much fab?
I'll be honest with you. I don't think Jimmy does it because you go down the fab numbers here. Okay. Jimmy has the most at 109. Okay. Jimmy just did the trade with Dallas to get Ray McLeod because he needs a flex option. I don't think Jimmy now blows his load.
Okay? Why would you do that for Ray Ray? Is Ray Ray that much better than literally nobody else around him, Jennings?
Jimmy's just trying to buy some time until Olave gets back, Amon, Rob, getting some of those guys healthy. So it's like, I get it, but Jauan Jennings is going to be a rest of season play. I was listening to a podcast today, and they're talking about Ricky Pearsall and Jauan Jennings. Who would you rather have? Ricky Pearsall has a higher upside. Jauan Jennings is going to have the more consistent with a couple booms.
Okay.
Pearsall is going to be the Rashid Shaheed role kind of thing. He's going to have those huge games. He's also going to have those absolute duds. I think Jauan Jennings is a guy. I don't have the fab to get him, I don't think. But Jimmy had the most fab. And then next is Dallas with 101. So if Dallas goes and wants him all, he has to put up, if he blows his load, Garrett has the next fab at 95, which Garrett did just lose DK, so he does need a receiver.
Right.
Do I see Dallas going 96? Possibly.
On a receiver, that's crazy.
But that's the thing, man. Dallas needs wins too. He's 3-3, or he's 3-4.
What about Sterling?
4-3.
What do we think about Sterling Shepard? He looks like he's going to be the guy. Well, maybe not the guy, but probably one of two outside guys now in Tampa.
To be honest with you, remind you, this comes out after waivers, so it's kind of cool that we could just sit here and talk openly about it because, one, we don't know about it. We could kind of take guesses. Sterling Shepard is Dallas's guy. When he came in as a rookie, that was Dallas' guy. Dallas always fucking had every year had Sterling Shepard. So my money would be that Dallas goes Sterling Shepard. And then Juwan Johnson gets kicked down the road. Does Paddock need a receiver?
No, I don't think so. I don't think Paddock would have the fab to get either of the top two guys, to be perfectly honest.
Paddock has the third most money.
Does he?
Yeah. So, okay, Garrett has the third with 95. Do you think Garrett outbids Paddock? Paddock has 90.
Yeah, I think Paddock doesn't bid very high.
I don't either. I don't think Garrett does either. So,
normally those two are very conservative with their fab in a sense of like bidding on players. I remember I outbid those two. They both bid on a player earlier this year, and it was
you know who I could see blows their load?
Who?
Blackburn.
Right.
He has 58. Quinn, I don't think does it. I don't think
anybody with 40 or 50 has a chance to get any of these guys because I don't think anybody's putting up more than 40 or 50.
I have no claims in right now. To be 100% transparent with you, I have nothing.
All I got is Russell Wilson and famous Jameis. We'll see which one I
get. Get Jameis. I've in my life have won one. I have won two. One was years and years and years ago when Michael Vick was with the Eagles. That was my guy, carried my ass to the championship with my brother. I think Paddock was in this, like I'm talking years ago. That was one. The second one, I had Jameis Winston and Godwin. Fucking easy money championship.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm excited to see how Russ keeps doing. He had a pretty great game on Monday night. So
yeah,
or was that Sunday night?
Sunday night.
So So we'll see. Just Jane Daniels going down and needs something. But the only other person that I think is getting even really looked at is the Detroit Lions D. You think Rich could maybe start a defense and pick up the Detroit Lions because he forgot or didn't start another defense? And you would think after about 7 or 8 or 9 years of being in Feed the Need now with Rich, that with only 2 or 3 playoff appearances under his belt, that strategy doesn't normally work. I don't know how many times I have to fucking lose it with this guy because of his defense, but I'm not.
Where the fuck is this guy?
I'm not going to do it today. I'm not going to lose my mind that he doesn't start a defense because he pays the $400 just like the rest of us.
Hey, the best part is this motherfucker. You know what he lost? How much he lost by this week? 6.6.
Yeah.
I'm done with Rich. Rich, I fucking respect your strategy. I respect your hustle. Like, always trying to find that little loophole. But that's an L on you right there. That is an L right smack dab. That's your L. That's not your team's L. That is your L, Rich.
How many defense? I bet you there's 4 or 5 defenses that put up more than 6 points on the waiver wire.
Let's go. Available defenses, week 7 stats. Bang. Okay, right here. Eagles 9. Oh, wait. I pushed the button. Eagles 9, Jacksonville 8, Houston 6. We had 2 defenses you could have picked up. Jacksonville was an obvious pickup and start against New England.
Yo, duh.
Eagles versus the Giants. What are we doing, Rich? Rich, come on.
Wow.
I'm moving on. We got to go to week 8 before I get upset.
Let's go to week 8.
Okay, but if you have other players you wanted to look at, talk about?
No, we can talk about them in our kind of segue into talking about players when we talk about matchups.
Okay. All right. First, real just to recap, we didn't do week 7's pick'ems, so going back to the week 6. Another bad week for the fucking the crew here. I was 3-5. You were 3-5, and Daly was 4-4. The one that separated us all was Daly picked himself to lose, and he lost. We picked Daly to win. So
idiot.
That brings my total to 22-18. You are 18-22. Daly and Dilla combined as guest pickers are 17-15.
Okay.
So now, week 8, we're moving on. We're on to new things. This is a big week for a lot of teams here. Get back to 500, or that 500 bites them in the ass and brings them back down to 500. Big week for a lot of teams.
Right.
First one here will be 4-3 Jib versus 2-5 Caleb. Sorry, Jib, I did talk to you on the phone, and the last time we didn't do the pod last week and the week prior, you ate mine and Trevor's ass on the phone about disrespecting your team. We owe you an apology. You fucking ate our ass. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'll give you the apology. I'm sorry. Hand up. That's my bad. We dogged your team at the draft. That is our bad. Your team's good. But now you got to win this week to prove it. You lose this week, get Caleb to 3-5, back into relevance. You lose this, get back to 500. Big week for Jim. Big week. Big week for the rest of the league. All these guys are 3-4. We want Caleb to lose to push them down. With that being said, though, I think this is an easy win for Jib. Jib has a lot of good matchups. And
I'm just looking at it, and I'm just... Even that Whittington guy on his bench, I would love to start Whittington. I think he's going to have a solid week. But
it all depends on if
Hartley, Walker, Watson, Pitts, Stevenson, Shakir. Jordan's team's good.
Yeah. And then Caleb's team still has a lot of question marks. John Taylor comes back. TJ Hawkinson, maybe. I do applaud Caleb for 2 weeks ago. We were telling him, or 3 weeks ago, whatever it is like his team is take him out behind the barn and shoot it. It's dead. Like it was god awful.
Right. And
he's turned his team into a respectable team.
Right. And like I gave him 2 first-round picks. I mean, Marvin Harrison through week 4 was essentially a first-round pick, and JT is a first-round pick. So it just now he's bravo. I applaud him for being able to get players that other people in the league would.
He's buying low, selling high, buying low, selling high, buying low, selling high. He's done it for the last couple of weeks, and you look at his team, and Nick Chubb looked good in his return. Mm-hmm. He looked great, and now we get Jameis to kind of throw the ball to kind of get some people out of the box for the guy. I think Bigsby's going to be the guy. He's absolutely earned at least a 50-50 goal there in that offense. Marvin Harrison's only going to go up. Caleb, I want Marvin Harrison. Please, I want to pair him with Kyler. I understand he's been ass cheeks. I do like him a lot, but I want him at his value right now, not what he was drafted at. So remember that.
But I was just saying, Bigsby, Chubb, and Jonathan Taylor, pretty good 3-headed back.
Bingo.
And then it's just now he has Marvin Harrison. Marvin Harrison has a blow up week, and Kirk Cousins can throw for 400 yards at any given week. Caleb's got a chance to put a team together to make at least a run to the playoffs. I don't know how far he goes in the playoffs at this point, but he's made up a team to where he can compete for sure to get into it.
Bingo. He's not the absolutely falling down and can't get up
not even
anymore.
Close. Not even close.
He's a respectable team.
Close. But that being said, I'm going to pick Jib as well. I think Jordan's firepower and matchups this week are probably contend for a week high. I think he's like 120, 130.
Dude, I just like watching Ken Walker run the ball. He's one of my favorite running backs to just watch. At any second, he doesn't look like the fastest. He doesn't look like the biggest. He's just fucking good. I just like watching him run the ball.
He looks athletic.
Bingo. He can break your ankle. He can run you over. Which one do you want? It's like the Marshawn Lynch. Now, I'm not going to compare him to Marshawn. Marshawn's Marshawn. But I like watching Ken Walker run the ball. And Jordan Love gets Jacksonville. I think it's a big Jaden Reed day. A
lot of green. I see a lot of green on that fucking board right now.
Bingo.
A lot of green.
All right, next matchup is Jimmy Cook. He was on a huge heater of 4 in a row and then just lost the game last week with kind of a heartbreaker for him.
Heartbreaker.
Yeah. It's Jimmy 4-3 for Spencer. This is another one of those matchups. 4-3 Jimmy versus 2-5 Spencer. Spencer needs this win to get back into relevant. Jimmy wins this week, he gets another step above 500, pushes another team kind of not all the way out of the playoffs, but kind of pushes that team down. Big matchup here. Huge. It's projected from 103 to 101 right now in Jimmy's favor. Man, it's just, where do you want to even start? I think this big one comes down to if Chris Olave plays or not. If Chris Olave plays, I like Jimmy's team. If he doesn't, it is going to get really dicey for his team. He has nobody really to fill in for him. Spencer's team, he's got to trade Goff or Burrow, get another flex option. This Vele guy from Denver, he's not the option, man.
Yeah, where the fuck is Vele?
He's a rookie. Troy Franklin's a guy there that's been emerging. He's probably my sleeper pickup. I would love to pick him up, but I still don't
Auburn's Troy Franklin?
What's that?
Auburn's Troy Franklin?
Don't you fucking disrespect my Ducks on my goddamn podcast. Who the fuck do you think you are?
I was hoping you'd get it.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Last chance you, buddy.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
No, but this matchup is close one. I'm going to give this to Jimmy, because I think Josh Allen's due for a big Josh Allen game against Seattle, in the noise. He's got Amari Cooper there now. Keon Coleman, but Keon Coleman the last 2 weeks has been pretty damn good. Getting a little coverage off him now with Amari. That offense is kind of getting going. So I think this matchup comes down to one, Olave. If Olave plays, Josh Allen will win it for Jimmy.
Well, hey, and Brooks comes and makes his debut this week too.
That's true.
Jonathan Brooks. So you don't know what's going to happen there. Well, does he have Olave in that WRT spot?
Not yet. He just got Ray McCloud, so he will soon.
He's got Ray McCloud in that WRT spot. Okay. So I'm just.
I mean, anybody right now. So, yeah.
Take the chance. Don't chase points with Brooks. Take the chance with Brooks. I know he's just starting and it's going to be game one, but they're the absolute worst team in the NFL. Take your chance, man.
Yeah, he hasn't got his mindset. I'm sure once he gets the actual start, he'll get projected. Because right now, I don't know about you, but I always start my most projected players until it kind of gets later in the week. So I'm sure that's what he's doing right now because Brooks is still projected for 5, Ray's 7.5. But I'm sure once
what would you do in that? Started, what would you do in that? in that, if you had to start Ray McCloud or Jonathan Brooks, what would you do?
I would start Jonathan Brooks. They're not going to roll him out there as a rookie with how shitty their team is.
I think
unless he's 100%
what they do. I honestly think like, hey brother, we got one win, like go get it.
And also, I don't know if you saw the Red Rocket got in a car wreck today. They said nobody's heard anything. But who knows if he doesn't start this week and they go back to Bryce Young. So that whole franchise is dog shit. So, but when it comes down to this guy or this guy and it's running back versus receiver, give me the running back because those are 100% for sure touches.
Yeah.
Over a guy running a route and hoping to get the ball. Because one carry, the guy can break it. I mean, Damian Pierce last week broke a fucking like 60-yard touchdown. All he needs is that one carry. And it's hope to get something big.
I just remember so many videos of, get Brooks late. He'll be back week 6 and he's going to be the guy. It's going to be week 8, but he's going to be the guy, right? And with Chuba Hubbard doing as well as he's done throughout the year, that means they can still run the ball. And they're going to have this 21-year-old or 22 or whatever, how old he is. I mean, just ready to go. I mean, I don't know. So the choice is Ray McCloud, man. Just take the chance just take the
Bingo.
chance.
Bingo. I fully agree.
Like, yeah, you can call me an idiot when Ray goes for like 12 and Brooks goes for like 5, but like
I'm just waiting for the dipshit of the week, like Dallas actually have some free time and go back on our pod and be like, yeah, I picked this guy because this, and he just puts a fucking collage of us just talking shit. And it's like, you idiot, you fucking dumbass.
I was scared that I was going to get dipshit of the week this week because of putting up 60. But
all right, now Trevor, I picked Jimmy. Back to this matchup, I picked Jimmy. It's a close one. Like I said, if Olave doesn't fucking play, I'm asking for permission. If Olave is out, can I have Spencer?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I'm picking Jimmy. Contingency of Olave.
I'm picking Jimmy as well.
Okay.
I'm not going to sit here and talk Brooks up for about 3 minutes and then spank up Hubbard and I think Hubbard's going to do anything. Vele isn't the move.
Get him out of here. Get him out of here.
Pittman isn't the move. And McConkey, they're really hit and miss players. Yeah, there's a reason Spence is 2-5. I think Jimmy out-consistents Spencer this week. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think any of them put up like a shit ton of points. They're projected for 103, 101, like we said. But I do think it's going to be like a mid-90s to a high 80s.
Right. Correct.
I got Jimmy. Jimmy, thank you for letting me use your golf bag this week. Just letting you know. All right. Next, I'm going to Arizona. He's letting me use his travel case for my golf bag.
Oh, dope.
Yeah. Next matchup. Dipshit of the week himself, Dallas Wilkins versus Quinn. By the way, before we get into this matchup, I know we kind of hinted on it earlier. Hey, tip of the cap to Quinn. Tip of the cap.
Yeah.
He's had a lot of adversity. He's had a lot of players get hurt, miss games, just blah, blah, blah. And most time when you come into this league and you run into any adversity, they don't know what to do. And they kind of throw in the towel like Jesse years ago.
Yeah.
Guy didn't even have a starting lineup sometimes.
This broke him.
Yeah. Yeah. So hats off to Quinn. Quinn, respect. But with that being said, Dallas versus Quinn. This is a 4-3 versus 4-3. Big matchup here. Wow, where do you even want to start? I don't even know where to even look at. I think this one's kind of another one like the last one. If Debo plays, Quinn has the upper hand. Debo doesn't. I don't mind Dallas's team. I don't like it.
Palmy. I'll trade him Palmy for Anthony Richardson. What in the world? That sucks that he just has an awesome QB on his bench. Sorry. I don't particularly know where to go either. I know that Dallas probably has the best player on. Oh no.
Yeah, Alvin Kamara's not Alvin Kamara. Dallas asked me a couple weeks ago, who do I like more rest of the season, Alvin Kamara or Breece Hall? And I said,
Breece Hall.
I'm going to go with Breece Hall.
Yeah. I'm smart.
Kamara's good. He just signed a 2-year extension.
Well, take Debo. Debo's probably going to play. It was just pneumonia, so I'm sure he'll be fine. I know pneumonia is kind of serious. If you're watching this and somehow had your life affected by a pneumonia case, I'm sorry. But I'm pretty sure his pneumonia will probably clear itself up pretty quick. Tua's going to come back. But does he have a really good game? Like, does Tua have a good game against Arizona? Right.
I think he still starts. Like both of them. I don't think
he still starts Purdy.
I think he still starts Purdy, and I think Dallas still starts Dak.
Yeah, these guys have awesome backup QBs. I mean, that's super cool to have. But just to get into so Prescott against Purdy. Prescott.
That's a Sunday night football game. That's going to be a big game. Yeah. Dallas versus the Niners.
Kamara and Mixon. I go Mixon. Gibbs or Najee Harris and Gibbs. Ridley and Samuel. I'll probably go Debo. McLaurin. Wendell Robinson. But yeah, dude.
I don't think Debo plays this week.
It's just that he tried to do it this last week and he got through it for a little bit of it, but
he was hospitalized for 2 days. I don't think he plays this week. Terry McLaurin is out with the quarterback. I'm just trying to play devil's advocate here. I don't know who I'm going to pick, to be 100% honest with you. If Terry McLaurin loses Jayden Daniels, Marcus Mariota is not this gunslinger that's going to come in and throw the ball around. I think he's going to be okay, but he's going to run the ball a lot.
How hurt is Aaron Jones?
What's that?
How hurt is Aaron Jones?
It's Aaron Jones. He's questionable every week.
Okay, so it's just a questionable thing. Got it.
Yeah, he's a veteran. He gets limited practices all week, and he falls out on Sundays.
Okay.
Bro.
I don't like. Oof. I hate Quinn's flex and super flex. I mean, Addison and Odunze are not the moves for me. I like Aaron Jones, but then what'd you say his name was? Bud Means?
Bud Means, brother. Don't fucking disrespect Bub. Don't disrespect
with
Bub.
D? With a Bravo at the end or a D?
Yeah.
Bravo. Okay, Bub.
Bravo. Unicorn Bravo.
Where'd he go to school?
I just couldn't tell you, brother.
Where's he coming from? Like, why was he not a single on anybody's radar at all? Who is this guy?
Dude, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'm going to pick Quinn. I'm just going to pick Quinn. I'm going to pick Quinn. It's going to be a tough matchup, but I'm picking Quinn. Sorry, Dallas. But
this is a tough one for me.
His running back's going to carry this week.
I agree. Jahmyr Gibbs is kind of taken off. Dan Montgomery's dealing with a contusion. Dalton Kincaid against the Hawks. They always suck against tight ends. Ugh. You know what? I'm going Dallas. Only because it's an absolute coin flip, and I feel bad for you. So I'm giving you a chance here.
Okay.
I'm going Dallas. Quinn. All right. Next matchup is can the guy stay hot? Trevor Blackburn. Can he get his second win against Dilla? It's 4-3. Again, Trevor loses one game, his chances are damn near gone.
Yes.
I mean, he can lose one, but then he has to completely win out and get a shit ton of points with 6 and 7. That's his absolute best. So he wins. He's got to win damn near out to get in the playoffs without points. And he catches a huge break this week. Dilla's team is still good, but losing Chris Godwin that's been balling on his team after that nonsense of being in the game under a minute, down 10, and he fucking dislocates his ankle. I don't know if you saw the picture, but it was disgusting. It was disgusting. His left foot was like this, and his right foot was like this, but his knees were facing down. His foot was completely turned around.
There were so many disgusting things. That Deshaun Watson ACL tear or Achilles tear.
Yeah. Oh,
dude.
See, I think that
snaps like a cord, like you're just pulling a string and you just let it go.
Oh. Dude, I don't touch my Achilles, okay? You know, some people like weirded out about shit. Don't touch my fucking Achilles. That's my worst fear. Don't touch my Achilles. Because of that exactly like right there.
Yeah.
But as Godwin goes down, Trevor kind of benefits, in my opinion, the Deshaun getting down. Now Deshaun Watson go down. But now with Jameis Winston coming in, that guy just fucking slings it. Jerry Jeudy, I do believe, is going to have 15 targets this week. And Patty versus Vegas. Patty, we've talked about it. Is he going to drop him? What's his plan? It's tough to give up on Patty Mahomes.
No, you start Patty, no matter what. You ride him.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah.
Dilla getting fucking Tua back this week does hurt Blackburn because he does have A-Chain and Tyreek Hill. So that offense gets a huge tick up, which is just weird how we talk so much shit about how shitty Tua is. But it's obvious when he's on that field, that whole Miami team is completely different.
We'll see. Now he's been playing for 5 weeks, and all of a sudden he's got some rust. Who knows?
Yeah. And, man. I'm going to go Blackburn. Upset of the week. I'm going Blackburn. I think he has every single matchup is green. Every single one of them.
I don't think this is an upset, to be perfectly honest. Wicks, Douglas, Kraft, and Pollard, like they don't really do anything for me at all. And A-Chain hasn't been doing shit. What's he averaging? 113 points. Bill is
hey, we were talking about a couple weeks ago. Daly was talking about trying to get up like 150 points or 120 points on the second place guy because that's like a whole week.
Right.
And the last 2 weeks he's fallen down. Dilla's scored a shit ton of points. Now Dilla's the point leader.
If there's a week that Trev can pull off a pretty big upset, it's this week. It's this week for sure. Trev. I go Trev as well.
Okay, cool. I did not see that coming from you. I didn't. I like Dilla's team or Dilla's team.
I love Josh Jacobs this week against Jacksonville and Kareem Hunt in Las Vegas, which is dope.
I love the trade.
Stephon Diggs hasn't caught a touchdown in a few weeks, and I'm sure he's probably just biting at the bit to get a touchdown. And Stroud, I'm sure, is going to do really well. Evan Ingram looks like he's the best tight end in football. They target him every single time down the field, the best. And ETN and Judy's going to get targeted too. You're 100% right. I think Trev performs this week. Big time.
I agree. All right, well, for this next matchup, we got another 4-3 team versus a 2-5 team.
Yes.
Need the 4-3 teams to win. Daly versus Rich.
There you go.
Again, at least another 4-3 needs to take that step up to avoid getting to the 500 mark. Push these teams down, get them out of the playoffs, get them down because it helps everybody out. But with that, Daly versus Rich is kind of lopsided. Rich's team's taking a hit, losing Baker and Mike Evans. He's lost his connection. Dobbins came back to earth. Singletary's kind of losing that job to Tyrone Tracy, and that offense just looks shitty anyways. Hopkins is that old man waiting to get traded. Drake London's been fine. He's been good, but not going to win you weeks. Isaiah Likely is boom or bust. Mark Andrews, we talked shit about him, and now he's had back-to-back games with touchdowns, 2 of them last night. Looks great. So Likely's kind of falling down. Kate Otten, he's starting 2 tight ends now. Ugh. Cortland Sutton, he's the cardio king. He had 0 fucking targets last week. 0 fucking targets.
Rich is literally starting 2 tight ends and no defense. The fuck is that, dude? Like, Rich, there's not another single team in this whole league in the past 16, 13 years that has done that because it doesn't work. Please don't start 2 tight ends and no defense. Like, your team has got to be better than that. I'm not picking you because of that and let that reason alone. Like, I didn't give a fuck if you had 5 first rounders on your team, but if you started with 2 tight ends and no defense, I'd still pick against you every time.
Yeah. I got easy win, Daly. Daly gets back on the win train.
Yeah, let's move the fuck on. Rich, get better.
All right, on to the next matchup here. It's 3-4 versus 3-4. Big matchup. Big matchup. Gets them to the 500. Pushes them down to those bottom teams. Mike versus Paddock. Both teams are coming in onto a little bit of a win streak here. Mike's won 2 in a row. Paddock's won 2 in a row. Both teams looking up, and big week for both. It's going to be
huge week. This sets up one of these teams to really control their own destiny, and another team to really kind of depend on not other people still, but it's getting close.
But you look at it, and Mike's team is green, red, green. That is Hurts, Breece Hall, James Cook, A.J. Brown, Rashad Bateman that's been absolutely balling. Jake Ferguson, Keenan Allen, Tank Dell, and then Puka. I did see he's practicing. He might not come back this week, but he started practice.
Puka's practicing, and they're trading Cup, so that would make sense why they are spreading that. So, like, trying to get Cup traded, because if Puka's ready to come back, then they're ready to go.
I just don't see him trading Cup, man.
They say it's down to 2 spots. It's down to either Pittsburgh or Kansas City.
Gross.
Okay, see,
that being said,
Pittsburgh jersey would be kind of cool.
What?
I'd like to see Cup in a Pittsburgh jersey.
That'd be weird.
Oh, it'd be awesome.
I feel like Pittsburgh's like a grind it. They're like
it would be weird. It would be awesome.
No.
Anything but fucking red Kansas City. No.
Dude, fuck Kansas City. Fuck them all. They're cheating cunts. Fuck you, Dilla. With that being said, though, Paddock's team, it's just, he's winning. Don't get me wrong. He's winning. He's playing well. Got 2 wins. Devontae Adams on a new team with his old buddy, which is huge for him, and he does have Aaron Rodgers. Eckler, I do think gets tick up without Jane Daniels there. Javonte Williams doesn't get me excited at all. Zay Flowers is banged up. Mark Andrews is kind of having a resurgence, which is nice, but Tyler Lockett does get an uptick now with DK out. Romeo Dubes, fuck that. He's going to have his boom bust games. But yeah, this is, I think, is a big Mike week. Big Mike week. Mike's team is absolutely fucking rolling, and Mike's team is scary.
Yeah, I think it's Mike pretty handily. Devontae, if he has a big week, and Javonte Williams been playing better since we started talking shit about him. He's had a good last week anyway, but every running back in the NFL had a good week last week.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard to. But yeah, this is a pretty easy decision. I'm going Mike. But Pat X 2-game win streak. I hope he can pull the upset. I'm rooting for Josh, but I think Mike's going to win.
Yeah, if you're on like the upper echelon, the Myrtles, the Mikes, the Dailies, I'm throwing you in there. You know, you're on a little bit of a fucking down skid. Throwing Jimmy in there because his team is fine. But those teams, they want to see Mike lose a couple games here because he sneaks into the playoffs.
Good.
His team's going to be scared.
Yeah,
I said a couple
almost 70.
I said a couple weeks ago that Dylan was my dark horse. If I'm a betting man, I'm going to put some money on Bovada. I'm picking Mike. You get the odds. You get the underdog story. Mike's my underdog. Going to your matchup here, okay?
Yeah.
Myrtle coming off his first loss of the year. You are coming off 3 in a row. So it's you versus Myrtle. It's 1 versus 7. It's Myrtle 6-1. You're 4-3.
Yep.
Myrtle does have some questions in his lineup here. With David Montgomery, question was it says a contusion. Cooper Kupp, is he coming back? Is he going to get traded? What's going to happen? Yeah. You have Jay Daniels, questionable. We both don't think he's going to play. You already talked about you're going to get Russ or Jameis. I do kind of like your trade of getting Swift, and because like you said, you want to win games now. Want to get going? Swift's been playing very well.
What Swift's last 2 games are?
Yeah, I sold him like a week too early. It's 26, 20, and 18. It's been insane. Yeah. JSN gets a huge, in my opinion, uptick here.
Massive.
I think Tyler Lockett's role is the Tyler Lockett role. He's that old dog. You can't teach him new tricks.
Geno Smith going into last week was #1 passer in football.
Yep.
Most passing yards. It was a very easy decision when JSN was involved, just because of it going out.
Yeah, I think this is the JSN breakout week against Buffalo, kind of going down. Or they're not that great on the defensive end, so I like the trade for you. Man, what I'm fearful is do you get the Derek Moody treatment on Thursday Night Football?
Yeah, I noticed. I got 3 pretty big names that I would be going against.
No, but yeah, dude, that's tough. You might get I don't know. You're going to pick yourself. Who you got?
Jay Daniels not playing. It's kind of scary. So this is going to be a really hard matchup. I don't know who's going to win. I think it's a 50-50, and it's the 50-50. Might as well pick myself and give myself a little bit. But like I said, this is a very, very. If I didn't have a dog in the fight, I would probably pick Merle. But I don't know. I watched the thing today, and it said players to go get. And Brian Robinson was #1 on that list. Chase Brown was #4 on that list. And Brian Thomas was #7 on that list. Xavier Worthy was #6 on that list. So just I'm just picking me. I'm going to pick me because I think Russ is going to have a good game on Monday night.
I'm going to go you as well. Only, and this isn't me being polite to my co-host here. This isn't me. This is me taking all bias aside. I don't think David Montgomery is going to come out and have a David Montgomery game.
I don't think so either.
Contusion, the Lions are like we talked about earlier about Christian McCaffrey. The Lions aren't trying to win games in October. They're trying to win games late December, January. They have Jahmyr Gibbs. They're not going to just make David Montgomery just fucking pound the rock like he usually does.
Right.
I think he takes a little bit of a step back. Bijan against Tampa, that run defense is usually really good. And they're going to have a huge lead because Tampa is not going to put up a lot of points. It's going to be a low possession games because Tampa is going to just try to run the ball. And if the Kupp doesn't start, he starts Tutu Atwell. I'm going to go with you, but I think this is going to be a low scoring week for both of you. I think it's going to be at 80s to 70s.
God, I hope not. I'm hoping it's because Merle hasn't done that yet this year. So if Merle does that, I would be surprised. I'm hoping more this is like 110, 115, but that's just being maybe 105, 106.
Just don't know. We talked about Daly's team just always putting that up, easy consistency, but sometimes it just doesn't work out. And I think this might be a down week for him.
Yeah. Who's last?
Right.
Last but not least.
Last one. Me versus G-Banger. Get a golf with him Thursday morning. Get a golf with him in Arizona, him in Blackburn. I mean, nice.
Super fun. I hate you. Thanks for the invite.
I didn't get the invites. I got invited. Yeah, that being said, man, this is a tough matchup for the guy, for me. He's coming off a huge win against Caleb, getting back into the playoff picture, but now I go against the number one team in the league. We talked about Garrett a couple weeks ago, just about how he's like that guy that if he's in need, he's always a top 5-4 team. And his team is quietly really good. Fast forward a couple weeks, he's number one team in the league. He does take a huge hit with DK getting hurt, missing some time. Does that affect Geno? Who knows? We just talked about it. But yeah, if he doesn't play, he's going to have to start Adam Thielen.
Adam Thielen, I just read his thing. That's what I was doing when you were talking. Should practice on Wednesday, maybe.
Okay, so we talked about it in the waiver pickups. He's got to go get Juwan Jennings. If he does that, I'm fucked. But yeah, so it's one of those things. My team is kind of coming back around here.
Your team's coming around for sure, Moody. No,
Kyler versus Geno. I like Kyler. Rachaad White versus James Conner.
James Conner looks good on Monday.
He does, but it's just like it's going to be if who's going to get the rushing touchdown, James Conner or Kyler?
Correct. Right.
This last week it was Kyler.
Yes. So last week it was Kyler.
Easiest pick of the week here. Who's the better running back, Bucky Irvin or Derrick Henry? Okay.
Derrick Henry keep going on that pace though, so you might be able to get him on a bad week. I don't know.
Hopefully. And then it's. I do think that my team's a little. Man, I'm gonna pick my fucking self here. We're rolling. We're fucking got the momentum rolling. Garrett, I'm gonna whoop your ass at golf on Thursday. I'm gonna fake that ass in football this week too. So I got myself, and it's gonna be a huge win for the guy, a huge win for the league to try to keep the regular season champ and play for everybody. I got myself. Okay, especially I'm gonna say this again. Guess who's back this week, Trevor? Guess who's back?
Tua.
That's a big one for me too, but Taysom fucking Hill is back. It is time for my team to get going, starting 2 quarterbacks with the cheat code. Yeah, Garrett, I got myself in a pretty good win. I'm competing for a point high this week. Genuinely think so.
So, Kyler, Miami's got a pretty stout D, dude. I don't see Kyler putting up more than his projections. 16. Hopefully he gets a rushing touchdown. And then White and then Irving are also against Atlanta. I don't know. I do like Jayden Reed, Waddle, and Schultz, and then Mooney. I really like Mooney here tonight or in this against Tampa. Big blow-up game opportunity for Mooney. Tracy has actually been putting up decent numbers too. What's Tracy been doing up to?
He had two really, really good weeks.
Yeah, 15 and 20, and then just kind of ran into a buzzsaw last week. But that's fine. They can't put up 20 every week. But then you have Garrett's team, and Garrett's team is the best team in the league, dude. And so it's hard to play devil's advocate when I'm just looking at James Conner and Derrick Henry being, and then just Njoku, and then Pickens looking good with Russell Wilson. That Allen guy's been looking okay with the Jets. And then Amari Cooper gets traded and immediately catches a touchdown. You do catch a break with DK out. And so that's one thing. I'm going to pick you.
Yeah.
I'm going to pick you. Just, I think Garrett's momentum kind of slows down a little bit. I don't think. Hopefully, Geno Smith does well, but who knows? Who knows? I'm going with my gut on this one. It's going to be you.
Hey, let's go.
I'm sure
By
that's
the way,
horrible, but go with my
hey, I like it. I like it. By the way, text update. We got Daly's picks. You want to hear them?
Oh yeah, let's hear. It.
All right. For the Jib versus Caleb, Daly goes Jib. Jimmy versus Spank, you and I went Jimmy. He went Spank. Dallas versus Quinn, I went Dallas, you went Quinn. He went Quinn. Dilla versus Blackburn, we went Blackburn. He went Blackburn. We all three picked Daly, and then we all three picked Mike as well. Your matchup versus Merle, we picked you. He picked Merle. My matchup, we picked me. He picked Garrett. So there we are. We got to keep his picks true to the pod. See what goes on with that. He couldn't make the pod after his 0-2 back-to-back weeks, not putting up points. So, yeah.
So that's all I have. Good luck. I just want to say good luck. My co-host is fucking going to Arizona and then going. Uh-oh. Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, because my mic died. But good luck to my co-host who's going to Arizona and then literally right after just going to elk camp. Just going to be drunk for like 5, 6, 7 straight days. I'm super jealous. Just super, super excited for you. You deserve a really, really nice long vacation. There's not a better dude out there. Fucking just be safe on the fucking ride down there. And what?
I appreciate it. Yeah, it's going to be a fun time. Staying with Blackburn and his wife. My wife and I are staying down there. It's going to be great. Leaving tomorrow, flying home Sunday afternoon, and I'm literally driving straight from the airport to Trevor's to elk camp. After we stop recording, I'm going to kind of load all this up into just some little bag and take it with us. So next time you see us, hopefully I'll have a buck behind, or not a buck, a big old bull behind me, just because I'll be up at elk camp, and thank God to Starlink and Elon Musk. So yeah, that being said, week 7 is in the books. We're on to week 8, and it's crazy. I feel like we just started this shit, and we're already almost done.
Yeah, at 19 episodes, week 8, 6 more weeks to go. I mean, really, really, that's about it. 6 more weeks until our playoffs start, and then it's people start falling, and 6 more weeks.
Yeah, I like this. Because next week we, like we said, we're going to have the actual official power rankings next week. So we're going to do the power rankings. We'll probably have 2 pods next week, hopefully.
Right.
We'll have 1 power rankings, 1 pick'ems.
Right.
As well, power rankings will be a little longer. Pick'ems. So yeah, look forward to next week. But then what's great about that is we can have that 5 weeks later. We'll get into the playoffs, and that's what's going to be fun. That being said, good luck to every single one of those 4 and 3 teams playing the 2 and 5 teams. We need all of you guys to win. Sorry to those guys. Blackburn, I'm sorry I want you to lose too, because it kind of helps my chance here. But good luck to all those guys, except for Garrett this week. See you guys.
Deuces.